Registered Phenomena Code 910. Object Class Beta White. Hazard Types: Sentient Hazard, Emotional Hazard, Transmutation Hazard, Mechanical Hazard, Regenerative Hazard. Revised Containment Protocols. RPC-910 instances are currently to be contained in a 15 by 15 by 10 meter containment chamber on Site-002. 3 on-site ASF guards are to be stationed outside of RPC-910's containment chamber entrance at all times. RPC-910 can be accessed with Level 1 or above clearance. No instances of RPC-910 are to be taken out of containment unless authorized by personnel Level 3 or above clearance. Any unauthorized personnel caught handling RPC-910 instances outside of containment are to be apprehended and questioned. Once the capacity of RPC-910's containment unit has exceeded its limits, Level 2 clearance ASF personnel equipped with hazmat suits are authorized to decapitate RPC-910 instances. Once decapitated, the heads of RPC-910 instances are to be returned to their containment chamber. Personnel assigned to this task are to recycle the metal components for Authority use, and deposit the fur coat to services that are in need of them. Media sightings of RPC-910 are to be suppressed and republished as part of a craft project or contribution to the Long Furbies online community. The Long Furbies community is dedicated to altering standard Furbies to elongate their bodies for aesthetic purposes. Online stores such as eBay, Amazon, Kijiji, and Taobao are to be monitored for anonymous sellers of Furbies. In addition, any accidental discoveries of RPC-910 instances are to be directly reported to Head Researcher Harold R. Ames. Original Containment Protocols. RPC-910 instances are currently to be contained in a 10 by 10 by 5 meter containment chamber at Site-014. 2 on-site ASF guards are to be stationed outside of RPC-910's containment chamber entrance at all times. RPC-910's containment unit requires Level 1 security clearance, and is only to be accessed when exporting newly discovered instances into Authority custody. Any unauthorized personnel caught handling RPC-910 instances are to be apprehended and questioned. Description: RPC-910 is a series of mechanical dolls retaining similar physical properties to Furby, an electronic toy marketed towards children, advertised as a pet. Instances of RPC-910 can be purchased from online bidding stores, such as eBay, and are marketed as newly manufactured versions of the toy. All buyers of RPC-910 instances are individuals whose social life is lacking, or individuals who have a feeling of isolation. RPC-910 instances are commonly available in black, white, or gray, allowing easier identification. Efforts to track the seller's identities have yielded no results. There are currently a total of 646 discovered instances of RPC-910, 500 contained by the Authority, with about 400 instances being slightly irradiated. See Incident Log 910-3. RPC-910 instances have the ability to grow their bodies in substantial lengths, their average speed of growth being 50 mm per hour. RPC-910 instances will often arrive at buyers from European, North, or South American countries before the instance would breach their packaging box. However, if an instance is being shipped to a buyer from Asia or Oceania countries, RPC-910 instances will oftentimes break out of their packaging due to their overgrown length. They will then begin moving in a worm-like manner on their own to arrive at their buyer, their estimated speed of movement about 20 km per hour. This has caused cases of RPC-910 instances being discovered during shipping time. Owners of RPC-910 will have the compulsive desire to groom and take care of RPC-910 instances often treating them as a close companion. RPC-910 instances will continuously call for their owner's name during feeding times, despite no need of any in order to survive. RPC-910 instances will grow at a slower rate when within the custody of their buyers, with their average growth speed slowed to about 10 mm per hour. When taken from the possession of the buyer, RPC-910 instances will begin to grow at 300 mm per hour and squirm harmlessly while attempting to crawl back to their owner's current location. A dissection of RPC-910 has shown that RPC-910 instances have a bendable copper rod inside of them, covered in cloth. This allows their body to move in a worm-like manner, and keep their own body stable when standing. A hollow copper spear is attached to an esophagus-like tube that connects to RPC-910 instances. The copper spear acts as a stomach for RPC-910 instances, allowing them to consume material, despite having no need for organic sustenance. Dissections of these stomachs have revealed common pests, such as rodents and insects, being held within the body. Buyers have explained that RPC-910 instances aid in pest control on their property. Amputation of RPC-910 instances is possible, and can temporarily shorten their length. However, the instance will begin to grow from their head, but at their original speed of 100 mm per hour. The regrowing process of RPC-910 instances will allow it to grow over the amputation mark, and grow any limbs and fur lost during the procedure. The amputated body of RPC-910 instances will become inanimate once severed from their head. Although instances can be severed, RPC-910 instances will still continue to grow from their head. RPC-910 instances' mechanical components are resistant to water and electricity surges. RPC-910 instances are able to be damaged by any means, with an exception of their head, which is immune to all effects. RPC-910 instances are observed to be capable of having basic survival instincts, often fleeing from individuals who pose a threat to them. Addendum 910.01 Discovery. The first recorded instance of RPC-910 was discovered on September 10, 2000 in Ohio, USA. Authority agents embedded in the local police force received reports of a man by the name of Samuel avoiding several bills and was observed by civilians as acting unorthodox. Two authority agents posing as local law enforcement operatives arrived at the apartment of Samuel to investigate the issue. Authority agents knocked on Samuel's door and called for him, but he didn't respond. There was movement heard emanating from within the apartment. With the permission of the apartment's landlord, agents were able to unlock the door to Samuel's apartment. Inside the apartment was Samuel on the couch in his living room, brushing the fur of an RPC-910 instance. Agents attempted to question him, but he did not respond to them. They then attempted to separate Samuel from the RPC-910 instance, which incited a negative reaction from him. Samuel yelled obscenities to the agents, and quickly took back the RPC-910 instance, and ran out of the building. Agents issued a search for Samuel, and he was found in a gas station 5 hours later. Samuel was brought into questioning, and was separated from RPC-910, causing it to grow at an unprecedented rate. After a few minutes of difficulty handling the RPC-910 instance, it was decided that Samuel may hold the instance during the interview. Addendum 910.02 Interview Log. Interviewed: Samuel. Interviewer: Agent. Forward: Samuel is being interviewed about RPC-910 and his experiences with it. Begin log. Agent: Alright, State your name for the interview, please. I'm Sam. Right here is my little cuddly and fluffy friend, Bon Bon. I didn't ask for your, toy's name, but alright. I'll be asking you some questions. That alright? Indubitably, you kind sir. Calm down, bud. Okay, where did you get that thing? I got her on eBay while looking for just something. Or someone, I guess, to just be around. Bon Bon looked really nice on the page, so I got her. Probably the best decision I ever made. She was quite lovely when I finally got my hands on her, and the kind person who sold her to me was so nice and polite. But I couldn't thank them. I couldn't find their account again. So you bought it from eBay, and you don't know who the seller was. Just got shipped to you. They were anonymous, so I didn't get their name. Also, yeah, the little gal was just shipped here. Showed up on my doorstep last month. And she grew a lot since then. She was just a meter long when I got her. Now look at her. What a beautiful little girl. I'd rather not. No thanks. So, how has been your time with the thing? It's been the absolute best. She's just the sweetest. Always listening to my problems and being such a gentle one. Also, her fur is the softest and most beautiful fur I've felt ever. I just want to hold her and keep her warm with my body. All I think about is her. You're passionate about this toy. A bit too passionate, but I guess I've seen weirder boats. Well, that was a quick interview. Let's wrap it up and take the toy… No! Don't you fucking dare take her from me! Excuse me? What did you say? I said don't take her away, suckling bastard. Okay, calm down, bud. She'll be in safe hands. We'll give her spa baths and such. No! She's mine! You can't take away someone's friend! Hey there, calm down. We can work this… End log. Closing statement. Samuel attempted to attack Agent but was apprehended by present security personnel. Samuel was escorted out of the interview room, and the RPC-910 instance was transferred to Site-014. Addendum 910.03 Incident Log. Incident 910-01 Description: During the transfer of an RPC-910 instance, on-location security overestimated the time they needed for RPC-910 to be relocated to Site-014. The RPC-910 instance outgrew the storage unit of the vehicle it was being temporarily held in. RPC-910 then escaped onto a highway, where heavy traffic was occurring. Civilians witnessed RPC-910, and footage of the instance was uploaded online. The authorities swiftly contained the RPC-910 instance, and deleted all online footage of RPC-910. Incident 910-02 Description: RPC-910 instances reached maximum capacity, and 28 instances caused a containment breach after destroying the interior walls. 2 instances managed to escape the facility through the air ventilation ducts, before enough security personnel could arrive. The RPC-910 instances made their way to a gas station at the side of a road before ASF personnel returned them to Site-014. No public sightings of RPC-910 occurred during this incident. Incident 910-03 Description: During the Site-014 fail-safe incident, RPC-910's containment unit was compromised. RPC-910 instances' bodies were obliterated, but they began to regrow from their heads and breached containment. Several ASF and MST personnel were deployed in the area to contain RPC-910 instances, along with other RPCs that have breached containment. After all the RPC-910 instances were contained, all instances were decontaminated with the authorities' best efforts, and relocated to Site-002 for permanent containment. Due to RPC-910 instances taking up too much space, the Authority authorized gear to contain about 150 RPC-910 instances on agreed terms. These things were able to escape 3 times now, plus who knows how many are left out there, and they're irradiated now. Will we even have enough space to contain more? Head Researcher, Harold R. Ames.